right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Cleanspark, stock ticker CLSK. They put out a press release today that I want to go through. I think it's big news. Also, they released their financial statements recently, so I'm going to hit that a little bit as well. So there's a lot to go through on Cleanspark. If you're new to the channel or you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, if everybody could smash the like button. Lastly, you can support the channel by hitting the join button on the YouTube page. It's right next to the subscribe button. If you don't see a join button, then you should see a link in the description below. It's $5 a month. It helps the channel out a lot, and there's a lot of excellent content in there. So, hope to see you there. Let's talk about Cleanspark. Okay, so first I want to take a look at Cleanspark. We're in the middle of the trading day today. Bitcoin crossed $25,000 earlier in the day today. It's floating around there right now, so Bitcoin has been extremely healthy, but you'll see Cleanspark is only up about 1% right now on the day. This is one of the worst performing Bitcoin miners on the day. I do think it had to do with this press release, and I think as we go through it, I will let you know why I think the market didn't like this, but I like it a lot. So obviously not financial advice, but I will give you my opinion. Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is that leaves them right now with a market cap of about $280 million. I always try to put that in perspective on this channel. So if you look at their price history, in November of 2021, when Bitcoin peaked, this was an $860 million market cap company. It's now a $280 million market cap company. So even in March of 2022, they were a $530 million company, which is still double what they are right now. And this company is now double or triple the size that it was at that time, and it continues to grow, as we're going to see in today's press release. If you look at Cipher Mining, their market cap is $481 million. Bitfarms has significantly more mining machines and mines significantly more Bitcoin than Cipher does. And even though Cipher is continuing to ramp up, even when they get to the end of their plans, they'll still be nowhere near as big as Cleanspark is right now. You know, the other one to look at is Marathon, and again, I know these are not apples to apples. Marathon has a very strong balance sheet. They have about 11,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and they have an awful lot of machinery that they're getting ready to plug in, hopefully in the coming months. So I'm not saying it's apples to apples, but they're coming up on $1 billion market cap, and Cleanspark's a $280 million market cap. And the fact of the matter is, Cleanspark has mined more Bitcoin than Marathon almost every single month for the last 6 months. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's actually get to the press release and see what they're doing. Okay, this came out this morning, February 16th. Cleanspark announces purchase of 20,000 new latest generation mining machines. I will tell you, there have been in the last year almost no press releases regarding the purchase of Bitcoin mining machines. Almost all of the publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies slowed way down. They continued to finish buying the machines that were already purchase ordered, so a lot of them did have big growth in 2022, but Cleanspark really is the one that continued to aggressively go out and get new machines through the entire bear market. Latest purchase expected to expand company's Bitcoin production capacity by 37%, adding 2.44 exahash per second. Once installed, the total number of machines purchased during the bear market now exceeds 46,500. So that is significantly more machines they added during the bear market than they had going into the bear market. They have more than tripled their exahash rate. If we just take a quick look at their most recent investor presentation, you're going to see at December 31st, 2021, they were at 1.9 exahash. 1 year later, at December 31st, 2022, they were at 6.2 exahash. So that's already a triple rate there. So currently Cleanspark's got 6.6 exahash. So with this purchase, you're going to see they plan to have a total of 9 exahash. And this is over the next few months. I believe by May, they expect to have all these delivered. They already have the infrastructure to run these machines. And that has turned out to be a very important piece of the puzzle for a lot of these Bitcoin mining companies that have been trying to ramp up. Okay, America's Bitcoin miner today announced a purchase of 20,000 brand new Antminer S19J Pro Plus units, a newly released model of the latest generation of Bitcoin mining machines, for $43.6 million. After coupons, the company expects to pay $32.3 million for a discount of 25%, or a total price per terahash of approximately $13.25. So this is extremely, extremely low. These machines are now pennies on the dollar from what they were. They were very close to 10x this expensive a year ago or a year and a half ago. It's only $43 million. Yes, that's a lot of money, but this is a cash flow positive company on a monthly basis. They have some money on their balance sheet, so they probably will have to continue to dig into their at-the-market offering a little bit to get this done. CleanSpark plans to deploy the fleet of new machines at its wholly owned Bitcoin mining locations in the U.S., with 15,000 of them planned for Washington, Georgia facility, which it acquired in August and is undergoing a planned 50 megawatt expansion. Depending on the state of development of the site and the pace of order fulfillment by manufacturer, the company may redirect a portion of the 15,000 units to one of its other facilities. So this is a quote from Zach Bradford, the CEO of CleanSpark. Building and owning our own mining campuses at multiple locations provides us with a level of agility and reliability that cannot be achieved otherwise. So that is a part of their business model. Every one of these Bitcoin mining companies comes at this a little bit of a different way. So in my opinion, I really like what CleanSpark has done. They're ramping up. They're going to go from 1.9 exahash to 9 exahash in about a year and a half. That drastically outpaces the next closest Bitcoin miner as a percentage of growth. What I think the market does not like about this is the market fears any spending right now. We are still not out of the crypto winter woods. So with each new one of these purchases, the market fears liquidity. The market fears the potential that they'll have to dilute their stock in order to raise some capital to do this. I don't have any objection with the at-the-market offering that they've used in order to get from what is now going to be from 1.9 exahash to 9.0 exahash. So that is drastic improvement, and you can see the amount of Bitcoin that they mine per month. They're already at 697 per month. This could put them at 1,000 Bitcoin per month, maybe by May of 2023. Core Scientific notwithstanding, CleanSpark stands a legitimate shot at being the #1 producer of Bitcoin. It's highly likely they'll be in the top 3 producers. So this is a company that has put themselves on the map. They were not even in the top 10 a year and a half ago. And now, to me, they're clearly solidified themselves in the top 3. Okay, I just want to take a quick look at their income statement. So they did just put out the period, the 3 months ended December 31st, 2022. Now, remember, revenue is not going to be good for any of the Bitcoin mining companies in this period. That is the period where FTX happened in the middle of that. We crashed to a new low, a 5-year low at about 15,500. So all of the Bitcoin miners' top line is not going to look good as they report the quarter ended December 31st, 2022. So revenue is $27.7 million, and that is just strictly a function of the fact that the price of Bitcoin was at its absolute lowest. Okay, so if I go through the rest of these, so what I look for in these income statements is I want to know, are there any surprises? I want to see them managing costs, both direct costs and overhead costs. And then from a balance sheet standpoint, I want to see that they haven't taken on an exorbitant amount of debt that is going to run into a liquidity problem for them, right? Because remember, debt service is not just the interest, it's the principal as well. So I like that number to stay low and manage your costs. So the one cost I will say that did pop up on here is cost of revenue. This was $20 million. This was more than I expected. So I thought this was going to come in at maybe $16 or $17 million. So their cost per coin did go up a little bit. Now, obviously the difficulty level of the network increased significantly all throughout the fourth quarter. And I'm not sure energy price wise what other factors they have, but I would like to keep my eye on this quarter to quarter. Their cost does seem to fluctuate a little bit, and this is a little bit higher than usual. However, having said that, when you look at the rest of these lines, professional fees is right exactly where everybody expected it. Payroll expense is exactly where everybody expected it. I will tell you, a lot of people get upset with each time that they report their payroll expenses. These payroll expenses are higher than a lot of investors would like, but this is not new news. So it's not time to punish a stock when they report that which everybody already knows, in my opinion. So again, I'm looking for surprises. Payroll expense, absolutely no surprise, came in right where we expected. General and administrative expenses came in exactly where we expected. Those are most of the main cash expenses. Depreciation and amortization, you'll see at the bottom at around 19 million. That's where we expected. So they were in fact cash flow positive from operations for the quarter. And they will be even more cash flow positive in the next quarter because the price of Bitcoin has gone up substantially. Okay, let's take a look at the charts for a minute. This is CleanSpark on the 1 week time frame, so I'm zoomed out. I'm not zoomed all the way out CleanSpark at one point was trading as high as $40 a share. That to me represented a bubble in early 2021 and late 2020 where small cap high growth stocks had just spiraled out of control. So I'm ignoring that portion of it. I'm considering their recent high. This was their November 2021 high. This is when Bitcoin hit their high. So CleanSpark was trading at $23+ a share at that time. So from that time until now, CleanSpark is still down 85%, even though you're going to see when we zoom in, CleanSpark recently just pulled a double. Even after doubling, it's still down 85% off of its highs. So let's zoom in and I'm going to show you what I think are some more realistic price targets. Okay, so when we zoom in, we can see this is the last 6 or 7 months. If we go back, this green line right here is August 10th, 2022. That was the last time Bitcoin rallied up to $25,000. Since then, it has not been back there until today. We did hit $25,000 today for the first time since the middle of August in 2022. So to me, CleanSpark is a much bigger company. They're mining much more Bitcoin, and their price is still way off of where it was the last time Bitcoin was at $25,000. So if I measure from where CleanSpark is today until where it was the last time Bitcoin was at $25,000, that'd be a 91% increase in the price of their stock. And that's just to get back to where they were the last time Bitcoin was at $25,000. And remember, at that point, they were nowhere near, shortly they're going to be a 9 exahash company. So that will be at least double what they were back last August, if not more. And yet, their price is not yet back to where it was. Now, there has been some stock dilution, but the vast majority of this is just the fact that their market cap is down and it's just not back to where it was. I believe this has a lot of room to run. It did just pull a double, and we'll take a look at that, but it's still, in my opinion, lagging where it should be. So I look at this price target up 91%. Obviously, we could go way past that if Bitcoin continues to run and if CleanSpark executes the way they've talked about, and they do get to 9 exahash by May, and they're looking to get to 16 exahash by December 31st. So this is one we'll have to look at throughout the year. But in the meantime, I do think there's a bunch of upside left. Having said that, it would be just a little over a 50% pullback if, for whatever reason, Bitcoin fails at 25,000 and we have to go revisit our lows. There is a risk reward that always exists. So you got to look at the fact that there's a 50+% to the downside just to get back to its lows from December of 2022. They're now up almost 105% in the middle of the trading day today. So that is a double that they've pulled in the last couple of months. It's less than most of their peers. Many of their peers are up between 130, 150, 200%. So that's why I feel like they have room to go. This is just my opinion, obviously not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and trade carefully. So that's what I got for you on CleanSpark today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and you can smash the like button. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, you can hit the join button and become a member, get a bunch of content. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.